Hi all, welcome to the Agile Test Design Technique. What is Agile testing? Agile testing is a new age approach which focuses on testing smarter rather than putting a lot of effort, yet it delivers high quality products. Testers and developers need a higher level of collaboration in Agile testing. Testers have to provide corrective feedback to the development team during the development cycle. Agile testing is a software testing process that follows the principle of agile software development. Agile testing aligns with iterative development methodology in which the requirement developed gradually from customers and testing teams. The development is aligned with customer requirement. Agile testing is a continuous process rather than being sequential. The testing begins at the start of the project and there is ongoing integration between testing and development. Principles of Agile testing. Testing is continuous. Agile team tests continuously because it is the only way to ensure the continuous progress of the product. Continuous feedback. Agile testing provides feedback on an ongoing basis, and this is how your product meets the business needs. Test is performed by the whole team. In a traditional software development cycle, only the test team is responsible for testing. But in Agile testing, the developer and the business analyst also test the application. Decreased time of feedback response. The business team is involved in each iteration in Agile testing, and continuous feedback shortens the time of feedback response. Simplified and clean code. All the defects which are raised by the Agile team are fixed within the same iteration, and it helps in keeping the code clean and simplified. Less documentation. Agile team use a reusable checklist. The team focus on the test instead of the incidental details. Test driven. In Agile method, testing is performed at the time of implementation, whereas in traditional process, the testing is performed after implementation. What is Agile testing life cycle? The Agile testing life cycle includes the following 5 phases. 1. Impact assessment. 2. Agile testing planning. 3. Release readiness. 4. Daily scrums. 5. Test agility review. Here we shall see how the Agile testing life cycle is from the picture. First is the Agile test planning. Start the test plan meetup. All stakeholders come together to plan the schedule of testing process, meeting the frequency and deliverables. 2. The daily scrum, daily stand-up meetings. This includes the everyday stand-up morning meetings to catch up on the status of testing and set the goals for the whole day. 3. The Agile review meeting. Agile review meeting, weekly review meeting with the stakeholders meet to review and assess the progress against milestones. 4. The approval meeting for deployment. At this stage, we review the features that have been developed, implemented, are ready to go live or not. 5. The impact assessment. Gather input from stakeholders and users. This will act as a feedback for the next development cycle. This is Agile testing life cycle. Agile testing methods. First is the behavior driven development, it's a BDD. Second is the acceptance test driven development, HEDD. 3 is the exploratory testing. What is behavior driven development? BDD. BDD encourages the communication between project stakeholders so all members understand each features prior to the development process. In BDD, tester, developer, and business analysts create scenarios which facilitates example focused communication. Scenarios are written in a specific format, the junking, given, when, then syntax. They contain information on how a feature behaves in different situations with varying input parameters. These are known as executable specifications, as they are made up of both specification and inputs to the automated tests. Here we describe how the idea of BDD is that the team creates scenarios, build tests around those scenarios which initially fail, and then builds the software functionality that makes the scenario pass. Here is the pictorial representation of the behavior driven development, the BDD. First, we will describe the behavior. Second one is the write test definition. Third is the run plus fail. Then write the code to make the step pass. Then run and make the test pass. This is the behavior development model. Here we look at what is acceptance test driven development. ATDD involves the customer, developer, and tester. The three amigos meeting are held together, input from these three roles, and use them to define, accept, and test. The customer focuses on the problem. The developer pays attention to how the problem will be solved, and the tester looks at what could go wrong. The acceptance test represents a user perspective and specifies how the system will function. Acceptance tests are written first. They initially fail, and then the software functionality is built around these tests until they pass. Here we look at the acceptance test driven development diagram. In this diagram, first we will write a failing acceptance test. Then after writing a failing acceptance test, we will write a failing unit test. From the failing unit test, we make the test pass. Then after that, we will refactor the code. From the refactor code, we will again write a unit test. From the unit test, we will write an acceptance test, and the life cycle proceeds. Here we look at what is exploratory testing. In this type of testing, the test design and test execution phase go hand in hand. Exploratory testing emphasizes working software over comprehensive documentation. The individuals and interactions are more important than the process and tools. In this, the tester identifies the functionality of an application by exploring the application. The tester tries to learn the application and design and execute the test plans according to their findings. In exploratory testing, the testing focuses on interacting with working software rather than separately planning, building, and running tests. From this picture, we will explain what is exploratory testing. In exploratory testing, first we will analyze the software. After that, we will learn the software. After that, we will design the test. After designing test, we will go for test execution, and this process continues. What are the advantages of agile testing? The benefits of agile testing approach are as follows. 1. It saves time and money. 2. Agile testing reduces documentation. 3. It is flexible and highly adaptable to changes. 4. It provides a way for receiving regular feedback from the end user. 5. Better determination of issues through daily meetings. Following are the conclusion of agile testing. Agile testing not only facilitates the early detection of defects but also reduces the cost of bugs by fixing them early. 2. This approach also yields a customer-centric approach by delivering a high-quality product as early as possible.